How do you know when your client is ready for transformation? I'm Darla LeDoux, founder of Sourced, and I am so passionate about this conversation because so often people in the transformation space aren't checking to see if their client is actually ready to shift their energy field. There's one clear answer to this question, and then I'm going to give you 5 skills to consider to be really good at supporting people in making these decisions. How do we know if someone's ready to transform? They have a commitment that's greater than their fear of change. And let me deepen this a little bit. They have a commitment that's greater than their fear of seeing the energy they've been living in. When someone needs to shift their energy to get a new result, there's simply a truth that's been hidden from their view that they haven't wanted to look at, that once they look at it and they transform it, they're no longer afraid, right? By the way, this is a small t truth that was based on a lie. And once they see it, they can embrace a capital T truth that's actually aligned with their soul. Here's the thing is people don't realize that they have a commitment that's greater than this fear. They don't actually realize that they're making this choice because the fear's big. We don't want to see what we haven't seen about who we've been being or something we believed that maybe is a loyalty to our family or some cultural belief system that isn't true for us. A lot of times we don't want to see it, right? Your potential client coming to you, if you do transformational work, they want something. And your job is to discover, is what they want greater than their fear of this hidden truth? So how do we do that? Because I'm telling you, they don't even realize that they have this commitment. We're so good as humans at dodging our commitment because we know that if we move toward it, we're going to have to shift something. So you want to help them discern what their desire is or what their discomfort is and find out how committed they are to actually having what they want or moving away from what they don't want. That's your entire job. In fact, the rest of transformational work is so easy once you master this because Source is guiding it. I'm going to give you some tips for helping people to make this decision to uncover the commitment that they actually have that's greater than the fear. When you get really good at this, they're going to go, oh, yeah, I want that. This gap is painful and I want that so much more than I want to hold on to this false truth from when I was 6. So there's 5 skills I want you to practice, right? Because the first thing is you're asking them about their desire. You're asking them what life is like now, and you're letting them get really uncomfortable with that so they can feel and be present with the gap. So skill number 1 is presence. As a transformational leader, you want to continually be expanding your ability to be present with discomfort or unmet desire. If your potential client wants something that you are uncomfortable with, you won't be able to be with it. Or if the pain they're in, you're not able to be with, you won't be able to hold that presence while they really feel into that this is actually more important to me than holding on to this hidden truth. The number 2 skill is knowing that they've got something hidden that's in the way of their goal, and you know it as the guide, and you're not trying to fix it on the spot. Don't try to fix it. Don't try to get them to see it. Don't try to figure it out until they get committed. Otherwise, you're just going to be giving your magic and they're going to be letting it float past you. So the second skill is to know there's something hidden and not try to figure out what it is. And every beginner coach kind of fails at this, including myself. I wanted to prove that I could figure it out and show them their blind spot. And we're not at that point yet. Number 3, ask their magic about their commitment. Now, this is advanced. If you don't know your magic, go take the quiz. It's below this video. But you want to ask them to tune in to their inner knowing and source a decision about, not about if they're hiring you, but about if they're committed to closing this gap. Ask them, you might sound weird. You might stop, have them breathe, have them tune in. You might ask them about how they've gotten good decisions in the past. Have them feel, see, know that they're a yes to the commitment of moving this forward, even though they know they're going to have to make some changes. They're going to have to see some things they haven't seen. So you want to really be masterful at talking about that. Look, there's just something hidden from your view, and we'll uncover it and we'll transform it. And then you'll move towards your goal, right? Ask them to ask their magic if having this outcome is more important to them than their fear of making these changes. Number 4, be equally good with a yes or no. So someone may have a really deep discomfort or a desire that's really important to them, and you're in their corner and you want them to have it, and they may be a no. They may decide that, you know what, my fear of this change is bigger than my commitment. And if they get to that point, you've done your job. Like now they know, okay, I'm just afraid of this thing and I'm going to let this fear win. And they're choosing it as opposed to it being a blind spot. Be equally unattached to if it's a yes or a no. And if they are committed and they're a yes, amazing. The 5th skill is taking a stand. Can you take a stand if they are a soul yes, that once you offer the details of your program and say, how would you like to pay for that? If anything comes up in their decision-making process, now it's time to take a stand for them. If you're taking a stand for someone to say yes and they're not a soul yes, that's where pressure comes in. If they're a soul yes and then they backpedal because fear, right? That's where you come in and take a stand and remind them it's just a fear. It's not real. We got this. But don't do that if they're a soul no. Okay? I hope this is helpful in how to know if your client is ready for transformation. If you've gotten value from this video, I'd love it if you share it with someone that you think could really benefit from this information. I'm Darla LeDoux, founder of Sourced, and we'll see you in the next video.